Hey guys, welcome back to MDTV. My name is Mariam Diaby, and today we have a special guest called Sarah OJ. She was killing it on TikTok with her story time. The men are gonna kill us, but we have to be honest. Today's story time is why do men? Because why are you guys mad? And I needed Sarah to come to give us the real talk and the real tea. So make sure you stay tuned. And then so you help him leave, and then you guys are co-parent, and it's fine.
Yeah.
For 3 years,
and then it just went down the pan, and I don't know really what it was. I got into a relationship, the first relationship outside of him, around 2019. But I feel like it was a bit rocky before then, and it was more so a control issue. And it's like, you can't dictate to me as the primary parent, and I'm not someone that's going to be like, oh, you don't do this so you can't see your child. You can see your child, but make it fair.
Of course.
Just make it balanced.
What? So then now do you guys have any, like, you don't speak to him at all? He hasn't seen his daughter
It's only
at all?
recently he started communicating again, but I don't feel like it's as consistent as before. But at the same time, she's nearly 9 now, so she's old enough, and I've never got in the way of their relationship. That's why there was a narrative that was being pushed that I'm the one that's stopping it, and my mum was always like to him, no, she doesn't get involved, because my daughter's had an iPad since she was like 1.
Oh, period.
Do you get it? So he's always had that. I've never ever blocked that communication. So if you're not in communication with her, that's on you.
And I'm not gonna lie, you're the father. You need to initiate in communication.
Why are you waiting? You shouldn't wait for your baby, your small daughter, to reach out to you. So when he did reach out, I said, as long as it's consistent, that's just all it is. And funny enough, even my recent ex, he was just like, what's going on? Because he couldn't get his head around it. Like, why is he not in her life?
I can't get my head around. I'm thinking, was there an argument between you guys?
We didn't really argue like that. We did have our arguments, but it was always for the same things, the consistency. It was never for anything else. It's never because, oh, you did this to me. No, just look after your child. To say, well, I'm looking after the child, that's it. Because there's no personal issues there. It's not like I'm trying to get back with you. I don't give a heck. Just look after the child. That's it. So, now when I was with my recent ex, he just couldn't understand it. He was like, why is this man like not in your daughter's life? I don't know. I don't have the answers.
People will probably ask you like, I'm thinking, he's a grown adult. I'm a grown adult. And it's like, you give me the vibe that I'm actually not going to force you. And I'm not saying I don't think you should force him, but it's just like, you're a grown man, you have a daughter. Why am I now having to tell you to be active or be present? I don't know.
You have free will, and you made the decision to not be in her life. That's on you. So when you decide to be in her life, just be consistent, because you're not going to come and traumatize my child and give her daddy issues. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you have conversations with her? Obviously, she's
all
a
the
bit
time,
still young, but
she's very wise.
Yeah,
I have all those type of conversations with her because I want her to be aware. I don't want her to be too sheltered, where things happen to her and she doesn't have a clue. So we have those conversations. I ask her how she feels. I'll be like, how do you feel if you haven't spoken to your dad? How does that make you feel? She's usually okay. And I try to tap in more, but she's a very self-aware little girl.
I can imagine. And I feel like you're someone that's very self-aware as well. And it's like, if I'm going to be self-aware,
I want her to be that way.
Especially with a dad that's acting the way he is. You don't want it to come, because kids are very curious, like, oh, where's daddy? Father's Day, why don't we live with daddy? And it's like, they're young, but they're also able to still kind of ask them kind of questions. And I feel like you should be honest with your child, because you don't want them to live, not be like delusional, but you want them to know, like, this is what it is, and mummy is showing up. And
this is it. And funny, and the good thing is my daughter has never questioned me, like, oh, why is my dad not doing this? When I go to her and just try to pick her brain, she will express a bit of concern, but she doesn't ever really seem too bothered. So it's just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna make her have an issue with something if she doesn't actively have an issue. So I think she's just taking it in her stride. And the thing is, it was the same for me. My mum raised me on her own.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I did not give a heck. My mum was my world. So dad or no dad, I didn't see the difference, but I realized the impact it had on me as I became a woman, because I didn't have a true example of a male figure. But so then,
when you say impact, like, what sort of impacts does it have when your dad's not
present?
Present.
You don't know what kind of man to choose, what man is right for you. So if I had like a fixed father figure, a good one, because you can have a man in the house and he can
That's
still
the thing,
be.
'cause I feel like a lot, because I come from like I'm with my dad as well. Yeah, my dad's amazing, but I feel like some people think as soon as you have a dad in it,
No.
everything's good. There's some dads that are present that are not present.
This is it.
Like, really, there's just some dads that are there to just pay the bill.
Yeah.
They don't check on their child.
They're not present, yeah.
So I always want to know, like, how does it feel if your dad's actually not fully there? Mm-hmm. But when you have a mum that was very present, like your mum,
Yeah.
I feel like they can still give you those qualities that maybe
Absolutely.
your dad couldn't. But obviously, it was good to have
Yeah,
both.
it's good to have both, because it's like where my mum did play both roles so well, it almost made me feel like, oh, I can do it. And it's like, it's kind of continuing like a toxic cycle. It's just like, even though I was in a relationship, I was very okay to be like, yeah, I can do it by myself. My mum did it, I can do it. And that's not really the message I should be putting out there. So if I had good examples of men in my life, maybe I would have chosen a better partner, because I would have seen those qualities and been like, oh yeah, this reminds me of this person. This is the kind of, and if he was a good father figure, good male role model, those are the kind of things I would choose in a partner. But where I didn't have a clue, it's kind of like, oh, someone that likes you, you like them, that's enough.
Oh my God, because that's what I want to talk about. No, that's so true. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of times, something we're going to talk about it soon, there's this thing where just because you like me, I don't have to like you. And I feel like girlies need to understand, just because someone likes you doesn't mean you have to like them. Sometimes you're not compatible. Sometimes you deserve more. Like, just because, there's so many people that like us. If I spoke to everyone that I liked, I would have spoken to the world. But it's about it's about knowing what's right and choosing what's best. So yeah,
no, it's true. It's true. And then again, that comes through experience as well. Like if you don't know going into like adolescence, adulthood and dating, if you don't know what your standard is, some people start off very, very, very low. And then it's experience that showed them, okay, I need to raise my standards. Some people just come in at a, like an equal level. They come at an equal level and it's like, okay, they build on that. I feel like I came into the whole thing not having a clue. I didn't know if I had low standards. I didn't know if I had high standards. I didn't even know. It's just like, oh, someone likes me. I like them.
That's why it's so important to have like good examples of love.
Exactly.
Like, well, my dad doesn't speak to me like that. Why would you speak to me like that?
And that's why.
But when
it's
you
important.
don't really know, you think just, oh, this is normal. Especially if it's the first type of man that's kind of important in your life, showing you love to an extent.
You normalize the things that aren't really normal. Yeah.
Just general knowledge questions and stuff. Nothing to startle you. So
come and disgrace myself today.
Ooh, let me ask. This question is gonna make you laugh because I can tell that you probably not say I can tell you don't listen to this artist, but maybe because you're Nigerian.
Okay, cool.
What month and year was Vybz Kartel released from prison?
Ah. Wait,
Sorry,
that's when he was released.
You know when he was. You know what year he was released?
Was it last year? Yeah, it was last
right.
year, but I don't remember when because I was celebrating, but I can't remember when it was.
Do you like Bashment?
What?
Okay, that's good.
I grew up on Bashment.
I'm Jamaican.
Are you? I was about to say because you don't give me.
No, I'm Ivorian, but in my life, I'm really...
Listen, I grew up on Bashment dance hall. Do you get? That's my era.
No one ain't more dance hall than me. I generally feel like I'm Vybz Kartel as well. Sorry, so yeah, last year.
I can't remember.
It's a summer month.
Was it June?
No.
Was it June? Was it after that?
It was after.
Then maybe it was August.
Yeah, it was actually August. I think it was like even August the 1st or something
really?
like that.
Really? Because I was watching, you know, when it was...
I couldn't breathe. I nearly went on my head. That was the best news I could have got.
No, it was good news. It was great news for the culture, man.
And he's doing...
he's doing bits ever since. Love him.
He's even
Unstoppable.
in the Freedom Street. Did you see
I know, man.
I wish I could have
But you know, I'm so annoyed about these things, you know, because where did they come from? All of a sudden, I see something is sold out. I didn't hear of this thing
about Freedom
before.
Street.
Then all of a sudden, it's sold out. Everyone's going. I said... Why does this keep happening? The only thing
I heard about was wireless. I know it's going to be. I'm even going to that. I've never been to wireless in my life. But as soon as I
can't do wireless again. I've gone. I can't do wireless, man. No more.
I have to do it for vibes.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. If I can go to just that show for vibes, I will.
But I know he's not even going to play this.
No, because it's going to be commercialized.
I need that real ghetto 2008.
I'm going to have to find him in Jamaica.
Don't make me laugh. Honestly, how can we be speaking about
I owe it to myself, man.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
What is the chemical symbol for gold? You're looking at me like, wait, what are we doing?
Chemical symbol?
For gold. Mm-hmm.
Chemical symbol?
Like
on the periodic table.
Periodic table stuff.
Isn't it G and D?
No.
I don't know.
Do you want to have one more guess before I tell you?
Gold.
From what I hope I'm saying it.
I haven't been in school for a long time,
It's
you know.
actually AU, and I remember that. 'Cause my friend's called Gold, and she always says AU, yeah.
Is it because, oh my God, AU vodka, and it's in the gold
gold
bottle?
Yeah, maybe that's why they did that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you learned something new. I even said GD. How embarrassing. Nah.
Please stop making me laugh.
Disgrace.
Okay. What country, there's two parts to it. What country colonized Congo? You know this one?
France.
Yep. And who was the evil ruler at the time? Everyone talks about this one man.
The evil ruler.
I'm calling him an evil ruler, but he just wasn't a good person.
Oh.
We did King something. It starts with an L. You definitely know it. You've definitely heard it before. You probably just haven't.
A king, a French king.
Yeah, so obviously they were colonized by the French, and there was this ruler that was like cutting their hands off, just evil.
Oh my God.
It starts with an L. You've definitely heard it. I know you have, because
And that's the thing, you're going to say it, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, but I actually don't.
it's King Leopold II. I'm sure you've probably
And I
heard.
have.
Yeah, you have, because everyone talks about like the evil stuff he did. So
Damn.
okay.
I knew part of it though.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ain't it Toronto?
Yes.
Toronto.
Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
Oh, William Shakespeare.
Period. Which female British singer has an album named 30?
Adele.
Okay, you good.
Yeah.
How many players are there in a football team?
11.
Oh, girl. Okay. Which African country has the highest population?
Nigeria.
Which celebrity did Rema feature on his hit single "Calm Down"?
Burna Boy?
No, it was a woman. She's white. I think she's white. Yeah. Or she's.
Oh, one of.
Yeah, it's one of them ones. You definitely know who it is as well. You definitely.
I know, but I
She might
cannot
not be
even
white.
think
Actually,
of.
she might be one of them other ones.
those-
But she's.
I cannot even. It's what's her name? Ain't it Justin Bieber's ex? What's her
Starts with an S.
name? Oh my God, it's gonna come back. You know, I'm
I
getting
know
old.
you know the answer already. You might just not know
What is
the
her flipping name?
S, and her surname starts with G.
Selena Gomez.
Amazing. Last question. What year did Britain leave the EU?
Cheating. Because I kind of know.
Say that. What year?
I was going to say 2019, but... What,
It's not 2019.
But it's before,
it's
isn't it?
before.
It's 2015?
No, 2016.
Oh,
Yeah, actually
okay,
2016.
cool,
Yeah,
cool,
2016. It was
cool.
just after. Yeah, your uni period. You said. as
Yeah.
well.
All right
2016.
then.
So it's literally.
But you know, it doesn't even feel like it.
doesn't,
I feel like
exactly.
we're starting to feel the impact of it now, though.
now, and it's gonna be 10 years.
That's crazy.
That's wow. Time. I don't know. Where
Time
time's gone.
flies.
I'm scared because I was in college them times. And it's like that's just 10 years ago.
I know.
now.
And to say 10 years sounds mad.
It sounds mad. But there's so many things when it's now hitting the period. It's like, yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Even songs.
Oh, when I talk about certain songs and I'm
Songs,
like,
like, 10 years
I'm
ago.
having to say 20 years ago, I'm like, nah.
This is crazy. Even my favorite bashment songs are coming to 20
Yeah,
years.
it's crazy.
So, yeah. So that was this all that questions. How do you make it? Wasn't that bad.
No, it was not
and you
too
actually
bad,
got
it
the majority of
wasn't.
it right.
Yeah, it's not
I feel
too
like
bad.
with general knowledge questions, sometimes you actually know it, but it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
what was that?
yeah,
Then you say
yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, I should have known that. Or,
No, it's
yeah.
actually all right. It's a good game, good icebreaker.
Cool. So now the second part of is two topics that has been not trending, but there's been a conversation on social media which pertains to what we're going to talk about today. One of the first things I want us to talk about is I saw a guy named Scott Louis, I believe he's a gay American influencer, content creator, and he said in his next relationship he's going to show his man or show his partner because he believes that firstly, why wouldn't he? And he thinks not showing your partner gives your partner avenues to cheat because no one knows who they are, so they can do things secretly. And also it allows, if
Interesting.
he needs to find anything out, people can come to him. And I'm like, what do you think about that? Is that something, are you Mrs. I showing my partner? Like, what do you think of that? And how would you show have you ever shown your partner before? What are your thoughts?
With
That's
the
first.
whole showing partners, I've never shown my partner. I do the hand or the sleeve or something. You never really see who they are.
Why
My
is that?
immediate people know who they are
Why didn't you ever show?
because I can run the CRB myself.
Oh,
yeah, do you know what I mean? I don't want someone coming to me as a woman.
Really?
Nah.
Why?
Because the thing is with that, it's just, I'm going to find out. That's one thing I believe in. God is going to reveal it to me.
Oh, yeah, he's
and
a revealer.
he's going to reveal it to me and he's going to reveal it to me the way I need to hear it and see it. I don't want all this, because sometimes it's not even true. Sometimes you put it out there so much. Some people, they hate you so much.
They want to make
They just want to break your happiness somehow. kudos to the people that do, but I just don't put my relationships out there. I think I've done it in the past, and then it's ended in tatas. Not because anyone's come to tell me anything, but it's just like, and then another phase, you get into another relationship, and then another phase, and then you get into another. I'm not a celebrity.
First.
So I can really just live a private life. It's not a secret, it's just private.
So you have someone, no one's ever come to you as a woman?
Apart from my most recent, but even then, that wasn't even coming to me as a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? No one's actually ever come to me as a woman. If I've left a relationship, I've never been cheated on to my knowledge up until this. But I've always left a relationship before that. Do you see? So I've never had to experience that.
You not showing your partner also gives them an avenue to cheat, because no one knows that is your partner, so he can kind of, or unless it's your immediate people, but then he can do what he wants, because that's what this guy was basically saying.
I feel like people are going to cheat if they're going to cheat. What about the footballers? Everyone knows who they flipping are. And it doesn't stop them from breeding up different women. They don't care. That's the thing. They just don't care. If a man doesn't care, he's not going to stop at the fact that old people know what he looks like. If anything, he's even more appealing because he sees it as, I'm taken. Everyone wants me. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel like hiding or putting it out there changes anything. If that's the man's character, that's his character.
You know what? That's true. Because I feel like with footballers as well, we know who you are.
Everyone knows
we even know who your wife is. There's paparazzi everywhere, and you guys are still
They don't care. It doesn't stop them.
Wow.
Nothing's going to stop them.
That conversation was interesting because I was thinking, it is true. When you don't show your man, he can really do anything. But then again, I think with me, I've never shown someone, and I don't think I'll show someone, maybe because I just want peace. I like what I love, what I like, I just want it to be conserved for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it can come from a place of fear, because I feel like when you show that you're happy, people are evil, and I feel like it just brings things to happen. Maybe that's me speaking of a place of fear and being scared of people and what they can do. But I don't know. I feel like, but then again, it's just like, some people say I would wait to show when you're married, but it's just like, if you wait to show until engagement, or you're married and then...
The things you find
the things you find out. So it's just like, before I get married, let me show.
True.
So anyone can come to me. So I was even thinking it's true. Maybe you show them, so then before you decide to say, I do, the wahala with that sugar, you sort it out, or you removed yourself from it. So,
But you know what it is? I feel like the world is so small. Everyone knows everyone. So it's like, even with my immediate circle and my ex, we have so many mutuals in between that we didn't know each other before, but the amount of people we know mutually, we could have known each other.
Oh, wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I would have found out at some point without me having to put his picture out there or whatever. He wasn't even on social media. So it was just me on social media. So then it's going to be like, am I promoting my relationship?
It's true.
Type thing. So it's like, it's not something I do. So
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see when we get there. But
well, yeah,
there's different opinions. However, I felt all the different opinions kind of make sense.
Because someone did say that in my comments, and they were like, "Surely, if you were putting the pictures out there beforehand, then you would have known sooner." Maybe, but
you found out.
I found out, didn't I? So yeah.
Cool. So that's one thing I saw, and another thing I saw, which, you know what? Let me even allow you to speak, because if I speak, I'll take over this whole pod right now. There's this narrative. Okay, someone tweeted, "Don't turn down dates, girls. Go on all of them." And someone quotes tweeted, and I really want to kiss them. They say, "What do you gain from going on dates with people you aren't interested in?" Sounds like legit torture. And the reason I want to speak on this, I see this narrative going on like, girls date everyone, do everything, like just enjoy. And I'm just thinking, why are we pushing this narrative that girls should just go on dates with anyone? I understand the notion of like just dating and being free, but just dating anyone that you don't even really like, just say I want on a date. Listen, I always say to my friends, I'm not that hungry. If I am not attracted to you, if I don't even think I can have a good time, I'm not going to just go on a date because you have money or you look a certain way. Me giving you a date is giving you access to me. And telling people to just go on dates is allowing girls to give access to anyone else. I feel like, why are we doing this? So like, what's your thoughts on that?
I agree with you, and I've always been that way.
Period.
I just don't have the time. First of all, it's a lot of energy getting ready to be going on different dates with different people. Excuse me, I like my home. I really like my home. I'm a homebody by nature. So for me to want to go out, I need to at least like you. I'm so sorry. And then if I don't like you, the thought of me sitting across the table from you and you're having a nonsense conversation, my head is banging. I just can't deal. So for me, it's never been something I've entertained. Like even my mum should be like, for me, obviously my Nigerian name is for me. She'd be like, you need to date, you need to go out there. Yeah, there's no one I like, Mum. I don't like them.
I don't like them, and I don't have time.
I don't have the time.
I feel like if you're speaking like this, you're definitely not busy. Because all this like, go on all the dates. No, don't go on all the dates, bro. Like,
why are you going on all the dates?
If people you're not interested in, like, my friends were like, just no, but I don't find him attractive. No, I don't find him attractive.
Yeah.
I don't look at him and think, ooh,
like I want to get to know you.
Yeah, I want to get to know you. I want you to even hold my hand. If I don't, why are we encouraging girls to do this? And I honestly, I don't understand it. Whenever I see this conversation, I'm thinking, you guys make me sick.
And it's so bizarre to me because what is the reason for it? Because you do things, okay, you're saying date them all, but what's the reason for it?
People will say, oh, let me play devil's advocate. People will say, because it's just to get experience, to see what you like, see what you don't like. And it's just like, you're young, you're fun, you're young, lit, do whatever. And I'm thinking, but you guys would hate me.
Yeah, like, but don't you know what you like before the date? Like, off the cuff, you will know if there's some sort of attraction or something with this guy. The date is now to enhance that, to either build on it or to completely take it away. I don't need to go on a date with you first to then realize, oh, actually, based on how much you've spent tonight, I now find you attractive.
It could work.
It could go again. No, but you didn't like him before. It's only because there's been some money spent. And that's what I feel like guys even know that's part of the game as well. They will want to date you because they're like, the more I date her, the more appealing I'm going to seem to her. You can spend all the money in the world, honey. I need to like you.
Listen, you can show me, you can come in a Lambo. If I don't find you attractive, I am not going. I'm not that hungry. I'm fed.
Look at my size. I eat. I'm fed. Very well fed.
I'm Gucci. I'm not hungry. I'm a great decision maker.
Yeah.
I do not just go out with guys because, he's and that's what I was saying before when we were having that conversation about, you don't need to like everyone that likes you.
It's true,
Like, because you like me, that's so sweet. I really appreciate that. I like you as a friend. I don't need to like you as someone I want to date.
It doesn't have to be
romantic. Then also, I think I was going to say, a lot of people would say, I don't think, with what I'm saying, I'm not saying that every day you go and you have to feel like that's going to be your husband. Of course not. But at least date people that you're attracted to. Because some people say, well, it's just a date. It's just fun. It's not that deep. You're overthinking it. But it's just like, I just think it's more safe for girls to actually just date people that they are genuinely interested in, not in someone that says, oh, you're pretty, let me take you out this weekend. I don't have the time or the energy. I'll be so real. I can't.
The fact that I have to think about what I have to wear, my makeup, my hair,
And it's just like, when you say that, then people say, well, trying to be pick me, or I'm like,
no, I genuinely haven't got the time.
At all. Like, please, girls, especially young girls as well. There was even a conversation on TikTok, I don't know if you saw it, a girl, amazing. I love, when you listen to someone speak on TikTok, I can tell you went to school. Like, just how she was basically saying, we need to encourage safe dating. That a lot of the times girls are going on dates and you're giving the guy your address to come and pick you up. Like, it's not safe.
I saw that one,
and then
I think.
Some girls said the reason why this is that way is because people want to say, oh, he came to pick me up. But if I say I want to take a train to go see them, like, oh, girl, you better make sure to come to your house to pick you up. It's just like, okay, I just met this man like a week ago. Why are we not practicing safety? And I feel like it all comes to that, and it all comes to standards of girls trying to live this thing life. I'm not saying don't have standards, because standards high.
But then it's like, okay, if you want someone to pick you up, can't you pick you up from the next street? Can't you give him the postcode for the next road?
Saying,
because I've done that. You don't need to come and pick me directly from my door.
For sure.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. Everyone wants the flowers. That man has your whole address. Who is he?
That's what someone says. The girl said, I spoke to someone, she basically said the girl said he got her flowers in 3 days. In 3 days, you've given a new man your address. Oh, okay.
So sorry. I can hold off on the flowers for some time, because who are you?
Who are you? I don't know.
This is very scary.
Men are scary.
It's scary. Men are scary.
Men are scary, especially if you're dating someone or going on a date with someone that like no one around you knows.
Exactly.
For me, I think I've dated people that people around me know, so it's like I kind of know you're a bit safe. Someone that you probably met in Birmingham and you're from London. Yeah?
That's a complete and utter stranger.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's really good that we should have like those talks about safety. So yeah, those are the two things I wanted to talk about, because it was even sitting on my heart.
I definitely haven't got the time.
I need to let it out. So I invited you here because, as I said, I watched your TikTok. And when I watched your TikTok, I was like, this story is so funny, but this story is so real, but I'm also not shocked by it, because men continuously show us that they are mad. And I'm happy that there's people like you who call them out on their behavior. So I was going to say, I will start obviously by his age, but then again, men with age, it doesn't mean anything. He can be 50, he can be 60, and he can still act mad.
It's true.
But before we actually get into the nitty and gritty, I want to ask you, do you mind sharing how it was when he was trying to pursue you? Like, what were the green flags that actually allowed you to be with your partner? Be with your ex.
Yeah.
And like, because as you said, you didn't know this. The behavior he was showing you, he didn't clearly show you at the start.
No.
So what made you say, okay, I actually like you, I want to actually be your girlfriend? Like, what was the treatment that he was giving you that made you feel like, yeah, this is actually someone I want to be with long term?
Just very consistent, very thoughtful, we hit it off. We spoke about a lot. We spoke a lot. So it was like we had a lot of things in common. There was just that compatibility. It felt like a familiar person. You know, when it feels like you meet someone, it's like, oh, I feel like I've known you for ages. That type of, it was nice. And the early stages, you know, when someone's intentional, he was very intentional. So it's like, he wants to take you out. He gave me the choice of 3 to choose from. I chose one. Do you know what I mean? He didn't pick me up directly from my address, pick me up from another address. Do you get what I'm saying? And then we went, it was nice. And then it's like, he didn't even try and put the moves on me straight away. He took his time. Even at one point, I was thinking, he must not like me like that.
He didn't kiss me. Like,
nothing. Then he was just like, no, I just wasn't trying to be forward. So it was just like certain things. And then when he did ask me to be his girlfriend, he actually asked me to be his girlfriend.
I've heard people saying that. Now there's this thing where, but you know, like, we've been speaking for 3 months. You know, you're my girl. I don't care if I'm 57. You need to
officially ask me, because I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Because what if I go around assuming, and he'll be like, I never told you that. I don't want to share. I don't want to be disgraced. So with him, he was very intentional, and that's one thing. I feel like he was very thoughtful. So it's just that the certain things, like my love language is like quality time, acts of service, and then physical touch. So for me, when someone's being thoughtful, it's like, bro, you're actually thinking about me and what I want. To me, that goes a long way, as opposed to someone that is just flashy. Gifts are nice, but you can get anyone a generic gift. But to be thoughtful is like more intentional. Like, I don't know this person, I'm really trying to get to know them. Let me do something for them. So that's how he was initially.
Do you mind sharing his age?
Yeah, he should be 37 soon.
I'm saying his age just so that when you actually explain the story, people will now go back to the age. They will show you. Okay, cool. So
soon.
How long were you guys speaking before you became his girlfriend?
Not long.
Oh,
not long at all. About a week or 2.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Most of my relationships have been like that.
Wait, let me even say it like this. Wait, I mean, before he asked you to be his girlfriend, how long were you guys speaking before?
We weren't speaking for long.
Like a week or 2?
Yeah.
Really? So what made you like say yes in like a week or 2 of speaking?
I think a safe, like for me, is because we had a lot of mutuals, that was kind of like, cool. You know, a lot of the people that were in the middle, it's like, right, checks out. Do you know what I mean? This is someone I can date. And then it just felt like, oh, like time has gone by, and I'm not in the business of exclusive dating and all that kind of stuff for too long. When a man knows, he knows.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So
do you think it's because like he was a bit older? Do you think with older men they're more quicker to like say I want to be your girlfriend? Cause
I'm trying to think, because when I think about my past relationships, they've always had that similar timeline. To be honest with you, I think I've been love bombed more than once.
Yeah, because if you're saying 1 week.
Yeah, I think I've been love bombed. The thing is,
like, I'm trying to hold back like 1 week.
I think I've been.
Sorry.
But you know what? At the time, to me, I'm just like, no, it makes sense.
Oh, I feel like you're gonna type. Yeah, it's me in it. Like,
I'm thinking like, yeah, why would you not want to be in a relationship? I get, because I'm so amazing. Of course, you wouldn't want to take the risk of. So I never see it as love bombing, but it's when I do my research after loving. Yeah, definitely got love bomb. But it's okay. Wow. It's okay. But yeah, the relationship is always like a committed relationship.
Sorry, I'm laughing because it's 1 week. Oh yeah, you got something.
I think it was like a week or 2. Yeah,
let's say 2.
Maybe didn't even get to. Maybe it got to 2.
And then he said he wouldn't be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I like this. We guys see each other a lot then in that week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been one of them ones.
Every day.
Oh yeah, every hour. Because
literally all the time. So it was like so much compressed into like a week or 2.
And during this week or 2 you guys have been speaking, he's complimenting you? What are the...
Non-stop. Just, you know, you feel like, okay, there's we're interested in each other. Do you get what I'm saying? We're talking about everything.
No sense of like maybe jealousy, or he's intimidated by you?
No, I didn't get that vibe at all. I feel like if I got that vibe, I don't think we would have got into a relationship, because I can't be in a relationship with my enemy.
Okay, and even in that, obviously, it was still very fresh a week or 2, so it's really hard to even say, did you even notice maybe something that you don't really like about him or you brushed off? Or
no, do you know what? I feel like with people, early doors, everyone's putting their best foot forward. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if you're dating someone and you're not in a committed relationship, it's going to take some time. You're going to start to see it months in. But, yeah.
Okay. So how long were you actually in general for the whole relationship? How long did the whole relationship last?
Under 9 months, just under 9 months.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So when did you actually realize this sudden change? And I ask this because as women, sometimes, you know, you brush some behaviors because you're thinking, am I overthinking? Am I being annoying?
Yeah.
Am I being an annoying girlfriend? So what was the lead up to this? Like, what things did you start to realize? And at what time in the 9 months did you start to realize, this is unlikely, this is a bit odd?
Yeah, I think the first time I noticed it is when I raised something, because I pride myself on having an open communication in a relationship. So everyone knows where they stand. So if I'm not fond of something, I want to communicate it, but I'm going to communicate in a way where it doesn't feel accusatory. Like, so we can have the open dialogue. And where I've done this before, it was well received by him. But this particular time, the reaction was like, huh? I didn't get it. It was so, it exploded. So I was thinking, I don't really get the reaction, but I was like, maybe it triggered something. So with that, we spoke about it afterwards, and then it was resolved. Then the next time, because obviously you're going to have run-ins with your partner, it's not going to be rosy all the time. It's to be expected. So it's how we deal with the conflict, which is very important. So the next time we had a situation, I found that he was very happy to just not talk.
What do you mean?
Just not communicate.
About how he's feeling?
About anything.
Oh, okay.
Just very okay to not talk. And it's like, this is it's not aligning with all the things you're saying. So that's when I start to pay attention. For me, even though I get love bombed, I do go into relationships with my rose tinted glasses off. Because I think maybe it's a bit self-absorbed. Maybe I think because it's all about me. Then I realize, actually. So even though I like them, or to a degree I love them, I'm still seeing them for them. I'm not trying to turn red flags into green ones. I'm like, okay, let me note that one down. So I was noting things down, mentally noting things down. Then I started speaking to my mum about certain things. And then she was just like, that might just be who he is.
So what are the certain things, obviously you said this on TikTok, but
aggressive by nature.
People that are probably going to be watching this, like examples of certain things he will do or say to you that made you realize this is off, this isn't who I remember loving or liking. So what are some of the examples of what he would do? Because I think you said there was a time you guys were in bed and he said you about your eyes and stuff. Not to make you laugh. I just want
you know what? It's true. It's true.
So they can
it's
visualize
so true.
What you're saying that he did this. What
it's so true. So we were even on good terms. You see what I'm saying? So you're just laid up with your boo in bed and your pillow talking. And I'm an early bird, so I like to go to bed 9, 10 latest. He's a night owl, so my whole sleep schedule was off. I'm going to bed 1s, 2s and all of that. So this particular night we're talking and then he's just like, oh yeah, I think we're going to need to start putting cucumbers on your eyes.
Cucumbers?
I said, He was like, yeah, because you're starting to get bags. You know, I was just looking at him. We're like this in the bed. I said, are you trying to give me a complex? He was silent. Are you trying to give me a complex? Because let's clarify, because everyone can talk, you know.
That's the thing.
I've got a lot to say. I'm just being a very nice person. Just because I'm not saying doesn't mean I don't see. So I was just looking at this man and he was just like, no, I'm not trying to give you a complex. I said, all right then. Bags under my eyes. These times. It's the crack of dawn.
That's what I'm even thinking.
Even thinking about it now is actual madness. So that was one of the things. I just started noticing, you're starting to criticize me. I'm doing my own online shopping. You've come to my house. You're now criticizing me for doing online shopping instead of going to the physical store.
Why would you criticize that?
Because apparently it's lazy. Because I ordered the stuff. I said, what's wrong with ordering the stuff? I get what I want online.
Like everyone else does that too?
No, it's just lazy because you could just go there. And if they don't have my size, then what? So we're having like this mini argument. And I was like, give me a break. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I bought the stuff. You didn't give me the money for it. You're acting like you left your card and I was swiping and all the shopping is coming and it's under your name. It's my stuff. It's my money. Leave me alone. So it's just the little things. Someone's just trying to get onto you about little things. And I was thinking, wow, like, you're not complimenting me anymore. It went from beautiful, my queen, my this, my lover, my this, to... So when we're going out, see how today we're looking nice, right?
Smelling nice.
Smelling good. Silence.
But is it, when do you actually realize, because you know sometimes you'll think, like for example, if
When
someone
did I
says like, oh, my
realise?
friend doesn't compliment me, it gets to that one point you're thinking, this
It's
is
true,
different. So
and
when
that's
did you
the
have that
thing.
eureka moment?
When did I realise?
Because so when you...
I think I realised in October, November. Yes, because we went out a few times. October, November, we went out a few times. And each time I'm dressed.
As you should.
I'm dressed, honey. Your family, everyone's noticing, oh, you look nice. This one is Pim. So it was in December where I finally had to say something like, rah.
Nah, I'm starting to realise, what's
Like,
good?
I'm just clocking. You don't compliment me at all. This guy started shouting, I compliment you all the time.
No, but it's waving the voice. That's what you know on TikTok. That's what's killing me.
Because that's how he sounded to me. You sound like a monster. Because really and truly, if you were complimenting me all the
wouldn't
time,
say it, sir.
why the hell would I say it? I'm not going to make it up. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've seen the transition from the beginning of the relationship to where it is now. You're not complimenting me no more at all. I compliment you all the time. So I was just like, oh, okay.
So he's not complimenting you.
Then criticizing
He's criticizing you. And did you become a thing like when you're around him, he just feels irritated by your... Did it
And
give
that's the thing, he's a very
vibe?
chill person,
Okay.
so he doesn't give that irritated vibe, but he can be a bit short. So what I started clocking is that he's a bit more withdrawn. So when he would come over, you're not talking. You're not trying to talk.
You're not there to say I'm here.
You're just there and you're just watching whatever you're watching. You maybe say a few things, but you're not engaged. There was a disengagement, and for me, I need engagement in a relationship. We need to be talking. We need to stay connected. If we're not talking about nothing, then we're just, what is this? I don't understand what this is. So I noticed that as well. So I was like, it's seeming like he don't want to be part of it, but then he will do things that only a committed boyfriend would do. So I was conflicted for time, like, how am I going to navigate this? Is he in it? Is he not? Maybe he's going through stuff, so I'll try and touch base, because men's mental health is very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know how to express it, so I'll try and...
I believe that too, but listen, as soon as a man tells me he's going through things, just put your hand on your head. Because sometimes they're even just using that as an excuse as well.
It's true,
Some men,
that's
before
mad,
they
you
shout at me,
know.
I believe in men's mental health, of course.
Yeah.
However, we do have some criminals out there who will use that, they're going through something because they're doing shiggy behind closed doors. And you're there thinking, oh my gosh, what's happened? But they're playing with you, they're cheating on you. Men are like really crazy.
And that's the thing. Where do we go? What do we do?
You have to pray and fast.
That's it.
Once a week.
You don't, literally, because you don't know. So obviously I'll try and touch base and just be like, what's going on? Because I'm seeing the disconnect, but...
So how long is this actually going? So you were together for 9 months, but how long did this little is this man, are we having problems? Am I losing my mind or am I overthinking? How long did all of this go for?
I would say...
With the criticism, with the...
The pivotal moment was August, because we had...
Summer.
August, because we went through something and we didn't talk. Because at that point, I was like, if you're not calling me, I'm not calling you. 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went
And you're
by.
still in a relationship and you guys not speaking.
So I've messaged him and he's replied like normal. So when we had the conversation, I said, so you could really go 3 weeks without talking? I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I assumed myself single. He was like, well, I was still in a relationship.
I was single from day one.
I assumed I was single. Obviously, I'm not doing anything, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm clearly not in a relationship, because if he can go 3 weeks without talking to me, it's done. He was like, no, I was like, we're still together. I said, so why are you so comfortable to go 3 weeks? So from then I started, you know, when you start clocking, okay, it's time to start emotionally detaching from this relationship, because this person is not in it as you thought they was in it. And it's okay, because at least I know now. So when I started, and I think that's probably when I really started to see that there's no compliments. There's more criticism. Starting to make sense. So the final time, I just had enough. I was just like, I can't, I've had enough. Any little thing I say, you're ready to turn it into a war. If you want to go, go. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm even responding to you. So you're asking me something, I'm even responding to you. And my response is what you now, you're up in arms about. I haven't got the time for it. So yeah, that was pretty much.
So were those like the only 2 things that made you think, yeah, I need to basically leave? The he's criticizing you and you just felt different? Are those it? Okay, cool. So you said you called him on your. So do you consult your mum or any friends that you
All
wanted
the time
that you're gonna be done with him?
Yeah.
And what did they say?
The day I decided, because leading up to that, I was having that conversation. I was just like, I think this relationship's coming to an end. They were just like, no, like, because everyone was fond of him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he was, in some areas, he was still acting like a committed boyfriend. Do you get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like across the board. You know, when something is pure, like this person is not in it. It wasn't like that. So it would be like out of a week, 7 days, maybe just a Tuesday.
He would do shakara.
And then it's like, that's not enough to just...
And that's the thing, like, you know,
Do you get it?
Something, you're thinking,
that's not enough.
Am I being annoying now?
Yeah, am I doing too much? I had to keep reflecting. And where I'm so self-aware, I'm always reflecting, unpacking, going over it. And I'm like, but my gut's telling me, I can't do this for too long. How long can I do this for? Do you get what I'm saying? If I'm feeling like this now, how am I going to feel 6 more months down the line? It's not going to work. Do you get what I'm saying? So something's got to give. And if you're trying to, I've tried to have a conversation with this person and they're just not meeting me, what am I to do? I can't do the relationship thing by myself. True. Do you get what I'm saying? So when it got to, yes, I started telling my peoples that, yeah, it's coming to an end. Because I had to start opening up about certain things and they're like, huh?
No, because it's mad. And that's what I always say to my friends, men hate their girlfriends.
Yeah,
and it's like, you chose me, babe. You know, it was like, you pursued me.
You came to me, you know.
You cuffed me, and now you hate me. Like, what did I do to you,
And it's just like, be free then. So that's what it was becoming. So when I'm telling them certain scenarios, they're like, okay, we're starting to see it.
Yeah, of course.
And then my mum was just like, listen, do it when you're ready. Don't do it before. And I was like, it's true, because before, when I was emotionally attached, it would have been too hard. I would have done the whole heartbreak thing, the crying. I didn't want to do that.
Okay, yeah.
I was not doing that.
It seems very level-headed.
I needed to be level-headed, and it's like, I'm not doing the boohoo crying. I've got things to do. I need my head to be in the game. I didn't want it to be an emotional thing for me. So when I had made up my mind, I said it. I said, Mum, I'm going to end this relationship. She said, for me, are you sure? Yes. My sister, I told her, she was like, are you sure? I said, I'm sure. I told everyone, I'm sure. They were like, okay. Once you've made your mind, everyone knows me. Once I've made my mind up about something, that is it. There's no going back.
I'm just telling you to let you know. I'm not asking for
There's not, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes people put things out there because they want other people's input. No, I'm just letting you know. So the next time you ask of him, you know that the relationship is already over. It's already done.
Oh my God.
So then, obviously, I had to eventually do it. And I didn't know when I was going to do it. But this man still had some things of mine that I needed to be delivered.
Oh, nice. I see.
Before. I had to be strategic.
Oh, period. Get yours.
If I break up with this man, you'll never see your things again.
Get yours for real, yeah.
So when he dropped them, I thought, okay, this is a perfect opportunity. You've come to the house, you've dropped the things, but you can see that things aren't as they were. This is the opportunity to now, let's speak about it, because there could have been redemption. This man was silent the whole time.
They were speaking?
Yeah, I didn't speak, because I said, it's you that's going to speak. I'm always speaking. I'm always the one opening the dialogue, bringing up the situation, or trying to... I'm not speaking this time. You speak. Because the last time we spoke, what I said irritated you so much. So now I'm keeping my mouth closed. I've had enough. I'm just not going to talk. So he came to my house, brought the things. I said thank you, because I'm not rude. And I thought, okay, this is the opportunity. He's going to now bring up whatever. He was just asking me if I was okay. I'm fine, you? This man did not say anything the whole night.
I'm scared of him.
He came, he didn't speak, he slept, thinking this man's still not speaking. The morning, he got up and he left. He said, oh, see you later.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I said, yeah, this relationship is done. So then a couple of days later, I was like, called him. He even started shouting on the phone. I said, the talking that we could have done.
You don't want to do it
when you're in my house. But now I'm telling you why I'm trying to break it off. You're trying to say, he basically was saying to me that if you felt like I disrespected you, then you should have told me. I was like, I did.
Numerous times, occasions.
Like, what's not clicking? So it's just like, maybe I was just talking to a brick wall. But I said, anyway, I'm not even here to argue. I'm just here to say I don't feel like the relationship is going in the direction that it needs to, and we should just call it quits. Yeah, he told me, thank you for your time.
Wait, I'm even sorry. When you're telling him this, is he sad? Like, you know, sometimes like boys, when you want to leave, that's when you're like, oh no, please. How was his tone? Please give us more. I'm trying to.
He was very like. First of all, he listened to me. So obviously, I'm like, hey, you know, just wanted to talk to you. There's been a few things on my mind. I just feel like the relationship isn't going the way it should have. Like it should be going the way I thought it was. We're kind of disconnected. We're not really communicating as we should. If we're gonna have a relationship in the future, we're not talking about certain things anymore. So for me, it just feels like you're not present. So he was just like, you know, when someone's listening. So then I was like, and also I feel like the disrespect is becoming too frequent. It's not something I'm used to. It's not something I'll tolerate. So he was just like, oh, you see this disrespect thing that you keep saying because you've said it a few times. Are you trying to say the whole relationship was like that? I said, no, the few times was too many times for me. Someone else might be able to take more, but my own is low. And that's okay. My own is very low. So he was just like, oh, okay, I just wanted to clear that up. Okay, now that we've cleared that up.
What's next?
So I'm carrying on saying what I wanted to say. Then now he's cutting me off. I said, hey, I'm the one that initiated this conversation because when you came to my house, you had the floor. It was very silent. So let me say what I need to say. I've let you talk. You've been talking. I said, okay, but I'm the one that's made this phone call. It's not, and I was like, to be honest, I'm not actually here to have an argument. It's not a back and forth. I just wanted to, it's like my closing statement almost. I just want to say what I want to say, at least let you know that the relationship is done and call it quits. So I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm just basically like, the relationship isn't going in the direction. I feel like there's a disconnect. I'm just bullet pointing it, just making it, He's just like, he's just still maintaining the fact that if I felt like he disrespected me, he even was speaking in third person or whatever. If someone has been disrespected, then they need to address it. And I was like, why do I need to address you when you already know you disrespected me? Do you get what I'm saying? That's why we haven't spoken properly in a week. So it's not like you don't know, you're completely unaware and I'm just being passive aggressive. You're very aware that you disrespected me, but you haven't done anything to rectify it. So for me, it's just like, this conversation is going nowhere. There's no accountability. You can see I'm trying to end the relationship. You're not even trying to be like, okay, how can I redeem this? How can I, nothing. So I was just like, okay, I think we should just call it quits. He's like, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I said, yeah, I wish you well.
But how did you feel? Like you're speaking like I feel like you were done before you
I was
said
done
you were
though. I was done.
Why?
Yeah. I was already emotionally detached.
Not to like get too personal, but were you crying?
No, I was even walking to the gym. So I
you
literally just called. It was an 8-minute phone call.
She remember the minutes of period.
Yeah.
So you didn't even like cry. Is this a heartbreak for you right now?
No.
Oh wow.
No. The thing is, I feel like what happened afterwards was like raw. Because I left her.
Oh no, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, so
it's the afterward that scares me. But I'm just saying, like you and yourself, like you didn't cry.
Because I was no longer emotionally attached to the relationship, which is why I'm glad I did it the way I did it.
Okay.
Because for me that helped. That was like, there was no crying, there was none of that, because I already made up my mind. I'm going to leave this relationship. It wasn't. There was nothing he could have done to change it.
Okay.
He would have had to do so much, but the thing is, I already see who you are. This is who you are. You're not going to change.
During all of those things that are happening, were you guys like still going on dates, still doing like
during that towards the end?
Yeah, just even towards the end, or even just during the times he was acting a bit crazy.
Yeah,
you guys are still doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we were going out. We're dressing up. We're having a good time. We even went to the R&B slow jams in December. It was so fun. We had a lovely time. It was amazing.
Hey.
That was the day where I was like, I realized you did not compliment me.
Oh yeah, she said that day when I'm looking all good.
You're looking very, very good.
90s fine.
Do you get what I'm saying? And nothing, but we had a really good time. So for me, it was just like, got to end this relationship, but it's not like it was all bad. So that kind of made it harder. I think that's probably what even extended it to 9 months, I'll be so real, because it wasn't all bad. Okay. So, yeah.
What are maybe some of the things in fact, before I even answer that question, was this your first relationship that was like that? Or have you been in a not so happy relationship before?
You know me, because I'm a leaver, once it starts getting a bit...
When they show you just a bit showing.
I'm out.
Okay, cool.
And I don't think that's a good thing, because it's like...
No, I think it's a great thing. Sorry, we can't even... As soon as they show you one time, bye. Life is too short.
And this is the thing, and I'm a firm believer in that, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, how am I going to be in a committed relationship with one little something I'm ready to...
No, but it depends on what
it's
kind
true.
of little something it is.
It's true.
If it's just like maybe you communicate, but if it's like you saw him speaking...
Yeah, it's true.
Another woman, there's no worth trying to see what the future holds. I don't want to know what the future holds.
It's
if I
true.
leave, I don't need to know.
Like, I'm no longer interested. So yeah. So with my previous relationships, I leave. So once I see a bit of, let me just go.
And I think as you should. And I feel like when you're older and a bit more mature, you've had experiences, time.
Yeah, I don't have time for this. And we just, like, at this point in my life, I don't have the tolerance. I just don't have the tolerance. I don't have the capacity. For me, you know, like some people is maybe the biological clock or because they want to have children. I've had my child.
Oh, period.
So, you know, the goal is not to be married anymore because am I going to go and marry anyone? These men are very scary. You don't know who you're marrying. They could be one way today. The moment you say, I do, you're seeing another person.
The moment you say, I do, the moment you have a baby, the moment your body changes, they will show you fire. And that's why it's just like,
For me, before, like, oh, I want to get married, I want to have this. Even in this the relationship I had, I was like, okay, you know, it would be nice.
That's when you want to marry, right?
Yeah, we were discussing things like, do you know what I mean? Those things were on the cards. And then when I'm seeing this behavior, I was thinking, hey,
get to marriage, will kill you.
So what would you do if we were married?
Marriage, you will go on holiday for 2 months and not speak to you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me see you for who you are. And that's the thing, I thank him because it's like, at least you can only hide it for so long.
And what I do like about, I don't know, what I like about what he did there, he even said, thank you he didn't even beg, thank you. You even know you're evil. You even know you're bad. You let me go. You didn't even string me along and say, no, babe, I still love you. And you're still going to show me.
Thank you for your time.
Which is like good in a way, like, thank you. You didn't even try to manipulate
me. No, we just went, no problem. So, you know, some people, if it's your ego in the relationship, that's going to burn you.
It's true. That'll burn me.
That will cut you. A little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, right, like, you didn't even try to fight for me. But where I was like, do you know, I'm done. I don't even want any resistance. Don't even tug on my heartstrings and make this harder than necessary. Let it be done. So for me, him saying, thank you for your time, well, we're on the same page.
Wow. Your situation is also very, very interesting because after that happens now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you knew that, does he have 3 baby mums and 3 kids, or was it?
He has 3 baby mums.
And 3 children.
And 4 children.
4 children. And obviously you were aware of his situation and you still decided to be with him. I'm playing devil's advocate with the comments that people... So some people have said to you like, well, you knew this, that's a walking red flag. Like, okay, your situation's happened, but why are you speaking to someone who has 3 children? Yeah. And I think you did mention one thing, well, you have a child as well.
I have a child as well, yeah.
Obviously, but he has more children and baby ones. Why wasn't that not a deterrent for you?
For me, because there's people in my closest people that have multiple kids, multiple baby fathers, and it's like, they're great people. It's just, things happen, life happens. It's not what they plan for themselves. And the thing is, where I talk to them every day, even I know their trials and tribulations and how things happen. And yeah, the decisions weren't great, but the kids are here now. Do you get what I'm saying? So that means, are they not worthy of love ever again? So it's like, I see that they are worthy of love because I love them. So how can I say that about someone else? It's not fair. So that's how I see it. Like, I can't judge someone because they've had multiple kids. And especially because I know the context, it wasn't like they were from relationships.
Oh, okay, so
you get
the 3 baby ones?
Yeah, they were from long-term relationships. So obviously when you start young, you're gonna get them years in. Do you get what I'm saying? He started young, same like the people in my life, they started young. So they were in long-term relationship and had these kids. Granted, maybe you shouldn't have had as many kids, but they had the kids, they're here now. Do you get what I'm saying?
A good dad?
Active, present, like a great dad. Do you get what I'm saying?
Had no issue with no baby mom. Wasn't that baby mom drama? Nope. Okay, fair enough. Because I did see obviously a few comments because people are like, why would you do that? Because really and truly, that is a deterrent for people. Like, as soon as I hear that you have a child or thing, I can't. Like, I'm just maybe traumatized. Yeah. But it's just like, so people are just like, but why would you do that? And there was just another thing that people said, which you found out later. I was like, he must have been cheating. When he was doing all of this shaggy, you didn't ever even think he's cheating at all.
No.
Okay.
Because he communicates throughout the day. Do you get what I'm saying? It's never a case of he's always reachable. If I call him and he misses my call, he's calling back.
Oh, wow.
It was never like, hours without hearing from him. His phone is always on. When he's with you, his phone is just there. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't have social media. He's not really on his phone like that. So for me, there was nothing to suspect. There was never a time where I'm trying to call this man and nothing.
So you put the video out now on TikTok and you said you didn't really anticipate for there to be, there were like 60,000 likes or so many comments. And
just crazy.
Went crazy. Like, literally, that's how I found you. That's why you're here today. But in the sense, like, when you're doing all of this, how did you find out, if you want to talk about just like briefly, that there's this group chat there was a group chat at the time. This is where everyone's putting their man in.
Yeah. So I've been in that group chat. It's a Facebook group.
Okay, cool.
So we're just on there just for bands. I'll be so real because I was never in a situation to even think that my man will end up in there. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're seeing people that we actually know in there on the daily. So we're just thinking, hey, this one, we didn't even know he had a girl, but this one is coming. So we're just seeing it, and it's like it's a bit of a pastime for us, but it's actually kind of deep as well. Like women are really going through it, and it's sad. So when I'm telling my story, I'm just telling my story as it is. So when everyone's telling me he's cheating, I'm thinking, what the hell is everyone talking about? I don't think he was cheating. I didn't think he was cheating. I definitely did not sense no cheating. And then it's literally everything was happening in real time. Then my sister sent me the link. She was like, is this so-and-so? But it was an old picture. So I clicked on it and I said, hey. I just started laughing. I'd already broken up with him at this point. So I just started laughing. I said, hey, praise God. God did not want to disgrace me, because what if I was still attached to this man?
So when they put a picture, what are they saying?
That, what did he say? He's got a 5th and 6th kid on the way. I said 5th and 6th, but I only know 4. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, where did you accumulate 5 and 6? And is the woman that's posting you, is she the one that's carrying the 5th, or had the 5th and carrying the 6th? Like, what's the dynamic? Because I'm confused. So we never actually got conclusion of that. All we got from her was, she said she's been with him on and off for a year.
Oh, okay.
So that puts me bang in the middle of that.
Oh, yeah, because you're 9 months.
Yeah, so was you cheating on me or cheating with me? We will never know.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. But what's crazy is, but then again, families can be in it as well, because I've been around your whole family.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're the worst, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're doing that and they're part of it, well, I think I got out when I needed to get out, because I would never know. But she said on and off. So maybe when he was having, maybe he was creating drama with me, he's going there.
How does that make you feel?
That's the bit that got me afterwards, after some time. I feel like I was okay with it, because everyone kept asking me, you okay, I'm fine. But I just started to deepen. I'm the betrayal, you know. That's kind of deep. That's deep, because I didn't suspect nothing.
And now it makes sense. I'm not going mad.
Yeah, now I'm like, bro, so that's why you was criticizing me, and that's why you was creating arguments out of nothing, because you wanted that time. Because me, when you piss me off, I need space.
So
I don't want to talk.
3 weeks that we're not speaking, you must have been seeing Facebook girl. Sorry.
Yeah, or whenever you're having an argument with me or creating an argument over anything, it's because you know you're going there. And it's just like, you really could have just been single and done that, because you were single for many years before me. So why did you have to cheat? You didn't have to cheat.
He actually didn't have to. He could have actually let you go.
Yeah.
Especially even in the 3 weeks when he came back, he could have said, I don't want you anymore. That would have even been the best way to do it.
The 3 week, like, you didn't have to, we didn't have to, because we didn't speak for 3 weeks. You could have just been like, yeah, no, do you know what? I think the relationship has run its course. Cool. We didn't speak for 3 weeks, so it would have just been, all right, whatever, part ways. But you was like, no, we're still in a relationship. So I'm thinking, you have to watch out for this one. But I still didn't even think then cheating, because his life is, he's got his hands full. Them kids, he's got his hands full.
So what's scared me?
And he works a full-time job, he has got his hands full. So I'm thinking, for you to even fit in another babe, yeah, I don't know.
So how are you now mentally with that? Like, has that changed your opinion on, like, long-term relationships, marriage? Or are you like, I'm done with it?
Yeah, I think it's damaged me, to be honest. Really? Yeah, I think it's done a lot of trauma. Like, for a while I didn't realise it. I think this happened January. So it's only now I'm like, this has actually really done a number on me, I can't lie. And where I don't want to project onto other people, I'm just like, there's no point in me dating, because people want to date me, but I'm like, I'm not going to be good. I'm not going to be nice. And it's like, I don't want that karma. Me, I'm a Christian woman and I'm trying to live a certain life. So it's just like, let me walk towards the light on my own as a single woman. So because when it was all happening, that was like my one prayer, God, just heal my heart. Because I could just feel that where I was not reacting, I'm just numb. So now I'm starting to understand it and actually take it in. I'm like, okay, there's some healing going on, but then you have to feel the pain, innit? And that's the hard part. So it's just like, I'm glad I'm feeling something, but I know there's a long road, because I just don't believe anything any man says. I just will never believe anything a man says.
Do you believe every man cheats?
Yeah, I've always believed that though.
Really? I don't.
Yeah, I've always believed that.
Why?
Because even if they don't want to cheat, men are easily tempted.
But you can be easily tempted. It doesn't mean you have to say delve into it.
Yeah, but they're just too easily tempted. And it's like, where's the restraint? A lot of men don't have restraint.
Okay.
That's the issue. Is like, they can do it maybe because they're a bit high or a bit drunk, and they probably didn't mean it. They don't like this babe at all. But I feel like they can all cheat. Maybe not have affairs, because I feel like affairs is like a full-blown emotional thing. But to cheat, I think all men cheat.
Wow.
Yeah.
And maybe I try not to think that because I can't accept that fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't accept it.
I've accepted it. I've just never known to be cheated on.
Yeah.
So it's like if I heard it, I'd still be like, rah, like it would still hurt. But I always feel like all men cheat.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not like a complete shock.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I didn't see that coming. It was like, when was you doing this? That's more so my thought process. When did you have the time? And I start to piece the puzzles, and I was like, I'm gonna drive myself mad.
When we spoke earlier, you were talking about turning your pain into profit, which was so funny. That I was laughing at. But in the midst of like what you've gone through, because at the end of the day, even though you're level-headed, you're still a woman, and you still have your emotions. It's not nice to have been cheated on or to not be treated the way you want to be treated. So irrespective of all these things happening, I feel like it's giving you a new insight in life. Like, for example, on TikTok, you're now on 10K.
Yeah.
Your Instagram's on 14K.
Yeah.
You do fashion on your TikTok, your Instagram. You also do your weight loss. Like, what do you now want to go into? If you're saying that you don't really have time for men, what does the future look like for yourself? And now using your platform, because I guess you're really good at storytelling.
Yeah.
You're really beautiful.
Yeah,
you're doing your
thank
fitness.
you.
You do your fashion. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Like, what do you now want to put your hands into? Because he's enough camera time for him. Like,
Enough camera time for him. I think it's my time now. It's my time to shine. So anything that God wants for me, do you get what I'm saying? Anything that's going to help me fulfill my purpose in life, that's what I want to do. And it's like, with me putting out the stories with the relationship, the outreach, the amount of women that have shared their stories seeking advice. I'm not here to say I'm an agony auntie, but if I can help someone, I feel like I've done something. If my story can help someone make a decision that the relationship is not right for them, I'm happy with that. And I don't know what can come of it because I told you I had a recent TV opportunity.
Period.
And even that was like, wow, I did not expect it. It's not something I had on the cards. It's not even something I even said, that's what I want.
To do, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm so open to everything. I'm willing to do everything. Because I don't like boxing myself in any way. I get bored if I just stick to one thing. I need to do as many things as possible. So yeah, whatever this takes me, I'm glad as long as I can profit from my pain.
And I think that should be the title.
Yeah.
Title of this. So I think that's so amazing. I feel like you're, as I said, you're level-headed and stuff. And I also want to ask you, what advice would you give to someone that is currently in a situation like you and feels like, I want to leave, but I'm not too sure if I should leave. Am I overthinking? What would you say to them to handle, like, basically what you experienced?
Well, when women have reached out to me and they've explained that they've gone through similar things, I'm like, well, you need to actually understand how you're feeling. Like, when these things are happening, how is it making you feel? And you definitely have to tap into how is it making you feel, because we tend to kind of rationalize our thoughts. But that feeling is still a feeling. When something feels good to you, you know how that good feeling feels. It's undeniable, right? So when something bad is happening to you, hold on to that and be like, okay, how regularly is this happening?
Heavy on the regular.
How regularly is this happening? Because no one's perfect. No one is without flaws. People are going to mess up sometimes. And sometimes your partner is going to do things because they're working on themselves and they haven't realized the impact it's had on you. But if it's becoming a pattern, you need to pay attention to that pattern and how it's making you feel inside. And if you know you deserve better, act like it. That's just it.
And I think that's beautiful. I honestly think that's beautiful. I'm so happy you said regular, because sometimes you'll notice something, you're thinking, let me wait. But if it's a pattern, track it like a period.
Absolutely.
Like
and that's what I started doing. I started writing it down in my notes. Because I need to see.
No, your notes is good.
Yeah. I had to write it down in my notes. This time you did, that time you send this, because I need to know. So when I go back to it and I'm seeing the list is getting longer and longer, so we formed a pattern here. It's time for me to go.
Period. Are we going to see more fashion?
Absolutely.
TikToks from you?
Yeah.
Your weight loss journey?
All of that.
Everything like that.
All of that. Everything in between.
Do you think this has helped you, sharing your story, made you feel even more confident, like to talk about yourself and show yourself?
Do you know what? I always used to do it on Snapchat.
TikTok's a place.
And everyone's like, put your story times on TikTok. People have been telling me for time. So I'm like, but it's not natural to me.
No,
it wasn't
more natural as hell.
So I said, you know what? After this, I said, okay, cool. Let me just do it, because clearly it comes natural to me. It's storytelling. I don't realize I'm telling stories in a specific way. I'm really just saying it how it's playing out in my head. But people are gravitating towards it. So I'm like, I don't know where it can take me, but I'm going to keep on talking.
I'm so honestly happy that you were so brave enough to share your story, because sometimes people think it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, even hearing what you found out after, is even like, wow, like, but it's just like, it's good because it allowed you to find new things out.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also, you change your pain into profit, and you've got, your platform has increased 10,000.
Absolutely.
So many
followers. I feel like I'm winning out of this, to be honest.
So I feel like there's a blessing in this.
Big blessing. This was meant to happen.
And it was, it was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I'm happy that you were here. I'm happy you shared your story. I love having this conversation with you.
Yeah, it's been good.
A lot of people like to shy away from the fact, but men are evil. Not all men, but like, let's stop.
Do you know what? There's a saying that I've been seeing all over social media, and it says it's not all men, but it's always a man.
Yeah, it's always a man. Like, it's always a man.
Unfortunately.
I always say to my friends, there's a woman out there, like, that's dead because of a man. There's a woman out there that's sectioned because of a man. There's a woman out there that stopped her business, stopped school because of a man. There's a woman out there that's abused because
always
of a
man.
So it's just like, we need to start having an open conversation. It doesn't always have to get to the extreme of abuse. Like,
no, it's true. That's what I say.
These little things, I'm not complimenting you. I'm ignoring you. That's enough.
That's more than enough.
Life is too short. Anything can happen
it's
tomorrow.
True.
I can say that I lived my life with a man that hated me.
No.
Thank you. So I'm so happy that you were even able to share this.
Yeah.
But before you leave me, thank you again for having me. And I really hope you enjoyed the conversation.
I did. It was good.
I did.
I feel like I've spoken to you before. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
It flows well.
That's my aim whenever I have people on. Especially when you meet someone who's not scary,
it can be awkward.
That's my biggest fear. And I can yap.
Yeah.
So I hate feeling like I've yapped and the person hasn't yapped.
No. I feel like it's very
I feel like I've known you from before.
Yeah. Love that.
So before you leave me, I just want to do a quick this or that questions just to finish everything off.
Cool.
So the first question, just generate Ghanaian or Nigerian men. Oh wait, was he Ghanaian or Nigerian?
No, he was Jamaican. Yeah.
You do Jamaica?
Yeah, I don't really do the Nigerians, you know.
Really?
I'll be so real. They don't like me and I don't like them.
Oh my, you do not give me the vibe that you do Jamaican men.
Yeah, no, most I like Caribbean men.
Wow.
They're drawn to me and I'm drawn to them.
Wow.
I know, I think I need to change it.
I said GH or
Can you
Nigerian, which shows me
definitely
stereotyping
not
us already.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one you wouldn't choose any?
If I had to choose.
Yeah, if you had to choose.
Nigerian.
Okay, fair.
We'll show each other shege.
Would you want to be a stay-at-home mum or working mum?
Staying at home is boring.
I always say this to the Guardian.
I would not want to just be like a working mum. I wouldn't do my own.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like an entrepreneurial mum.
Are you confrontational or choose peace? In terms of friendships, relationships, would you confront it or you just ignore, like not talk about it? How something's making
confrontational, transitioning into choosing peace. I've always been confrontational.
I can't hold it, and I've started to realize I have to talk. If I don't talk, I won't be able to sleep.
If I don't talk, I become very passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive, I become, what's the word? I resent. And I don't have
but I'm learning to know when to speak. It's not every time. Yeah.
Do you ignore trolls or reply to trolls?
It depends on what they say. So it depends. More time I'll ignore, but sometimes I've been entertaining a few because it's views.
It's true. Would you rather 8,000 a month for the rest of your life or 3 million upfront?
Do you know what? I want the 3 mil up front.
Really?
Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
Okay.
I can flip that 3 mil.
If you have a good accountant, good people around you.
Yeah.
Bashment or Afrobeats?
I'm trying to think. No, Bashment. I can't do it.
You know, I was saying Afrobeats before, but I was listening to
Bashment, man. It's
recently,
Bashment.
and I said, I'm a Jamaican. I told you
guys. It's Bashment.
Jamaican girl.
I don't get it twisted. I love Afrobeats. I feel like it had a good run.
But there's something about.
But Bashment, I started off
as Bashment. That's what I was introduced to.
This is it. When I started clubbing, it was Bashment. So.
Birthday dinners or birthday trips?
Ooh, birthday trips. The dinners can stress me out, man.
Don't invite me anymore. I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I always tell me I'm not going. No, come and mess with me for 130.
And then please. And then everyone's doing calculator.
A set menu that I don't like.
I don't like this set menu. I don't like the food.
I don't like the ambiance unless it's a private room.
And the room is so dark, and it's
not me, please.
It's just stressful. The whole thing is just stressful.
It's too much. Sorry, I mean, people that don't even know you've invited 30 of your friends, and
I don't like this.
Bill, sorry. One and done or more kids?
One and done.
Why are you one and done?
I don't feel like I want to give the man the privilege of using my womb again.
Oh wow.
It's a very risky thing, giving birth, and these men don't value you. So I'm risking my life bringing a child into this world for you to decide that you want to either be there or not, or then you dislike me because I've gained weight, or you've now found... There's too many reasons for you to flake on me, And I feel like I don't want to put my body through that. I don't need to go through that. I've done it once. I've understood it.
And I'm so happy you're really observant. I always say to people, speaking to my friends recently, they said, how many kids do you want? I want how many kids I can take care of alone.
I can take care of one properly.
And me,
she's
I'm
good.
pushing it, maybe two.
Yeah,
depending on
that's
family
pushing
situations.
it.
Yeah, because I realized that even, God forbid, even if your man's not bad, he can get ill, he can pass away.
Yeah.
So you need to have as many kids that you know you can take care of.
I can manage
on
one.
your own. And you saying that shows to me that you're self-aware. Sorry, that's it. 50-50 or your man pays it all.
I'm not a 50-50 babe. I will be. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you why.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm not
to say
50-50.
like,
Yeah,
in the
no.
sense that like you,
Because what it is, I've been independent for a very long time. So it's like, people will say I've been in my masculine energy for so long. I need a man that can actually alleviate me of that stress, please.
It's too short.
I've been doing it on my own. I've been living on my own since 16. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've been paying bills for a very long time. So if a man comes into my life and doesn't want to pay some bills, I'm sorry, I'm not doing 50-50 with you. I'd rather just do 100 by myself.
Oh yeah, that's
because I have been. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. We're not doing roommates. Yeah. So
heavy on that. No, that's all the question, but it's so true. I always say to people like, why are we doing 50-50?
I'm not doing that. I'll contribute.
Let me do my own thing.
I will contribute where I need to contribute. I have no problem with that because I pay my way in life anyway. We're contributing to society by paying taxes, so I can contribute to my household. But I'm not doing 50-50. Split down the middle. As in rent is down the middle, food is down the middle.
Life will never be 50. When I have a kid for you, it's never going to be 50. When I'm cooking, when I'm doing house chores, it will never be 50-50.
No, I'm not doing 50-50.
100.
Yeah, or let me do my 100 and you do 100 there.
We're actually crazy people. Men hate us. We're sorry, we don't care. You guys do too much harm. Pay for everything.
No, because what you go through, at least pay 100.
Yeah, or something. Sorry, no.
Pay 70, 80, 90.
Pay 105%. Even put some little something on top.
Put some attacks. But I'm not doing 50-50. I'm nah.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm too African and traditional.
Yeah, it's just, no, what's the point?
Like,
what's the point? And the thing is, I've been in a relationship where it wasn't 50-50, but we knew what we were taking care of. You still was, a lunatic.
Oh, see?
So I've tried it, so no one can say...
I've tasted it.
and I don't like it, so I won't do it again. Do you get what I'm saying? So... in a relationship now, you stay in your house. I don't even want you to be in my house.
So let's do it until if I get married.
And even if we get married, can we live separately, please?
No, you're traumatized to live separately.
Yeah, I don't want to live with a man. I don't like men are not nice to live with.
I don't think men are nice at all.
I don't want to live with a man. Wow. I just don't like the way they live. I'll visit. You can visit, but go back to your house.
No, this conversation has been fun. I'm so happy to have had you. People are going to watch this. Listen, we don't hate men.
No, I don't hate men.
However,
actually,
97% of you guys are not really good people. And shout out to the 3% that are nice. Shout out to the 3% that fear God. Because a lot of you guys don't fear God, and that's what all stems from those who don't. Because if you fear God, you wouldn't do
these things. If you truly fear God, you wouldn't.
It's not fair. Like, that's why I'm so happy we're coming to a community now where a lot of women are saying, I just wanted to be independent. Kudos to you.
Yeah, because
it's brave. And especially, let's be real, women, we are lovey-dovey. We do love, but there's not one woman or girl I know that hasn't been traumatized by a man. Everyone has a story of one boy they met at 19 or someone they met at 25 that ruined their life. Because how many stories do we want? No.
Trauma is not, and you can't be carrying that. Do you get what I'm saying? Carrying that around and you just be looking aged. No. I'm in my prime.
Period. And as you should be. And you listen, you're also a mother. I feel like when you're a mother as well, there's not, please, I have other things to say.
I have other things. You think I can be moping around crying all day when I've got a child? I can't even do that.
I want chips. I want to eat, mummy. Mommy, can you do my hair? You're crying, tears are falling.
On the side. You can't even be sad. My daughter will be like, Mommy, what's wrong?
I've gone someone I met in I don't know, in Shoreditch.
No, you can't risk it. Can't risk it. So yeah.
It's been so lovely.
It has. It really has been. It's been so good. I did.
Let's give a clap. Oh my God, we're actually done. No, it's actually been